Welcome to the Don't Get Bored Show with Big Red Ace College Football Week 2. Let's go, Ace!
Bam! All right, boys and girls, college football Week 2. Cannot wait. Big Ree coming off a juicy Week 1. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. Get the DGF merch. Link is below for the DGF merch. Support the channel. Big Ree coming off a juicy Week 1. We went 4-2 combined, 2-1, 2-1. But nothing like college football and that feeling again in late August or that first week. And football is back. I am so pumped, Big Ree. It was a juicy Week 1, and I was telling, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there already. I was telling Big Ree, Week 2, I feel like it's a clean sweep coming, boys and girls. I just feel really good about Week 2. It's gonna be a juicy week. Let's get into a recap, Big Ree, of Week 1. I think kind of the big storyline was number 1 versus number 3, Texas, Ohio State. Your pick. You really said pound Ohio State. This is an easy one. Ohio State won 14-7 in a doozy of a game, honestly. Low scoring, but I mean, you know what I want to talk about. What are your thoughts here on this game?
Yeah, it was a lot more scoring than I thought, and just your boy couldn't get it done.
I mean, our boy Arch or whatever you want to call it, didn't look good at all. Did not look good. He put together one decent drive at the end in the second half, but this guy didn't look good. And I said that on Week 1. I said, do not put any money on a future for the Heisman for Arch. And that guy, just too much hype. Not buying him, and Texas didn't look good. I mean, forget him aside. They did not look good.
Yeah, for sure.
They did not look good at all. And everybody wants to start saying, like, oh, don't blame Arch Manning. Don't blame him. There's, stop it. Stop it. You guys want to hype him up, and he dropped a doozy. End of story. All these guys and all these analysts out there want to say, oh, don't rip Arch Manning. And you already know why. You already know why they're saying that. I'm not even going to get into that. But stop it. The guy looked like complete crap. And so enough about Arch Manning. Penn State rolled. Clemson and LSU, Big Ree. Clemson got upset by LSU 17-10. How do you feel about that game?
Yeah, this game was good, and Clemson just ished the bed in the second half. So I can't say the first word, but yeah, you can't go scoreless in the second half and expect to win.
Yep.
It was 10-3 at half.
Yep, and 14 points for LSU in the second half, and Garrett Nussmeier looked good for LSU, and LSU's defense looked really good. I watched the entire game. Defense looked really good, and once again, Clemson. What did I say? I'm not buying Clay Kublik. Not buying the guy. That guy looked like complete crap. Clemson looked like complete crap. And now that we're at it, let me just go on this rant that I wanted to go on. I said last week in Week 1, when we were going over the preview, I said, I'm not buying number 4 Clemson, right? I said, I'm not buying them. There's no reason they should be number 4. They lost. Then I said, I'm not buying number 6 Notre Dame, right? I said, I'm not buying them. They lost. Then we got Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, and I said, I don't trust this guy, Kalen DeBoer, and they got handed to them by unranked Florida State, and everybody honestly, I don't know what the hell Alabama was doing when they hired this guy. I don't know whoever hired Kalen DeBoer needs to get fired, and Kalen DeBoer needs to get fired, and they need honestly, the only way they can salvage this is throw in the towel quickly, admit that they made a mistake, this guy is not the right guy for the job, and move on. Don't drag this on like Lincoln Riley and USC.
They're going to do that, though, guaranteed. They're pot committed. To buy him out right now, it's $70 million.
Is it 7? They didn't give him $70 million.
Something like that. No, they were saying that on the show.
I don't think they could have gave DeBoer. That guy has no resume. There's no way they.
That on the show right now.
Comment below how much he got. Did they give him that big of a contract?
So, yeah.
So I know Lincoln Riley got the bank. He got $100 million.
Yeah.
But this guy, there's no way Kalen DeBoer.
I can pull out my phone right now.
I should be in the wrong. I'm in the wrong profession, Big Ree. All you got to do is fool somebody once to get these type of contracts, and you see it happen all the time. I mean, God damn it, dude, I need to become a college football coach. If Kalen DeBoer got $80 million, that's absolutely. But what do you think, Big Ree? Do you think they need to just cut bait with him, or do you want to still need to see
I would
more?
give him another year, at least this year.
Meaning this year.
Yeah, this year.
But you lose to an unranked Florida State team, Big Ree? I mean, that's embarrassing.
What do you think they'll be ranked now? Or did the rankings come out?
The rankings did come out. I mean, they can't be in the top 10, top 15. There's no business.
I'd say like 19.
They should have no business being in the top 15. You lose to unranked Florida State, and you look like complete crap. The score makes it look closer than it is. They look like complete crap, 31-17. Arizona State won, nothing to write home about. Honestly, a lot of no-name games there. What about my boy Marcel Reed?
Yeah.
Texas A&M had a big week 1. I know Chris Bruno had something to say about that. Marcel Reed, shout out Chris, but he looked good. I mean, but the big game was Miami Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
That was, yeah.
I mean, Miami looked like they had firm control. Then Notre Dame made a nice comeback at the end to tie it, and then Miami got that game-winning field goal. But that was a good game. Miami looked more impressive, more impressive than I expected. I got to give a shout out to Andrew Durant. He's always giving us a hard time for talking about the Canes, but they looked pretty good. I got to give them credit. But Carson Beck looked solid.
Yeah.
And so the Canes look better than I expected, but once again, it's Notre Dame, so I'm not going to give them too much credit. Bill Belichick, Big Ree. Monday night, Bill Belichick starts off 7-0 against TCU, and then they go on 41 straight. And what are your thoughts about Bill Belichick's debut?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this ugly, but I did pick TCU to win. We have one of our friends in Vegas, and he went pretty hard on TCU.
Hard is an understatement. And
pretty heavy.
Yeah.
When he showed me his ticket, went through my head was WTF.
Holy crap! Yeah, that was good. I mean, that's easy money right there. No sweat, other than the first quarter, a little bit. But my thought is, I watched that game. So obviously, that was the only game on Monday night, Labor Day. They started off good, 7-0. That pick six towards the end of the second quarter changed the complete momentum. So they didn't look horrible before that, right? And they just fell apart in the second half. They started off with a 75-yard touchdown run. And
the reason that pick six changed it because TCU was already marching, and they turned it over to them, and they turned it right back over to 7 points.
I saw that, yeah. So TCU was marching. They had a turnover, and then they went back, marched a little bit, and got the pick six. But I think it looked worse than it was. But Bill Belichick, I mean, how do you let that happen?
Yeah.
But my thought, and I've said this all along once they hired him, the fact that no NFL team wanted to hire Bill Belichick as their head coach says it all, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Because everybody's in shock this guy's going to college football, and then let alone like UNC. That's not basketball. UNC is not a football program. Yeah, I mean, they've been becoming respectable over the last few years with Sam Howell, Drake May, getting some NFL talent there, but Javonte Williams. But these guys are not they're not a football school. And so everybody's was head scratching that. And then if you start diving into the off the field things going on with Bill Belichick, I mean, it all makes sense. It's honestly very embarrassing. And then on top of that, it was in Chapel Hill. They had the whole Chapel Hill athletic team, like alumni there. Jordan, and all these guys, and it was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing, and I hope that this is just a 1 year, that he can be respectable at like close to 500, right? And then they just moves on. And that's it. You just call it a day. And maybe somebody will give him a job at the NFL again.
He just needs to go to like the NFL analyst job. Like
I mean, but do you really see this guy as an L.S., bro? I mean, the guy doesn't even talk.
If he's not getting a head coaching job, he's not going to take like a DC job.
No, he's not. He only goes back to the NFL for a head coaching job. Do you think he can get an NFL job?
No.
Head coaching, I mean.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to think of the teams who would take him. I think the Colts maybe. Who do the Colts have?
No, I mean, I would like him. I would like. I mean, once Mike McDaniel gets fired from the Dolphins, I would like him to go to South Florida, and go to Miami. I like the fit there. I mean, we know McDaniel's is getting. Yeah, he's getting canned.
Yeah, that team is done. Overall.
2 years too late, but he's getting canned. But okay, well, anyhow, once again, I just want to reiterate in the recap, do not put any futures on Arch Manning. And actually, somebody comment below, is it Ark or Arch? What is it?
I don't know.
I like Ark. It just sounds like Ark Manning, but is it Arch? But either way, he's not winning the Heisman. All right, Big Ree, let's get into the BS segment of the show. I actually have a story that I want to talk to you about, and I want to get your feedback and thoughts on this, and all the viewers as well. So I've been really bad on keeping my car washed. Really bad. I think you probably saw it. Really bad. And it's embarrassing because it's a newer car and I'm just not getting washed. So it's been actually a few months. I'm embarrassed to say that because there was a time when my car is washed every 2 weeks at the minimum, right? And so I'm embarrassed to say, it's like, you know what? So last Friday I'm like, that's it. I got to get my car washed. Has to get it done. Got to get a car wash. So I went to this place to get the car wash. First, I want to say, I just basically got they have different packages at the car wash. I got package B, okay? Where they armor all the tires. They act like they throw some wax in there, shampoo, wax, whatever. First of all, obviously some air freshener. First of all, how much do you think I paid for a car wash? The going rate you think that I paid for a car wash?
$40.
Wow. So you actually are pretty close. I don't know how car washes have got completely out of control. I paid $34.99 for a car wash, okay? That's not including tip. I was like, dude, you're paying, $34.99 is a legitimate amount that you're paying that you expect to get a pretty solid car wash, do you think, right?
Yeah.
You're not going someplace and you're paying $12 and you're like, dude, what are you getting? Or a $7 drive-through car wash here. This is $35 with tip. And actually, when I was at the register, I asked the lady, I was like, hey, I haven't been here in a bit. What's the going rate here for a tip? She said 5 and up, she told me. Do you agree with that?
No, definitely not. I'd say $3.
Okay, so
$2 to $3, depending on how they're doing.
I mean, obviously over here there's another issue. But anyhow, I had $5 ready for the tip. So, car's getting washed. It takes about 40 minutes.
Okay.
They beep on the horn and the guy's waving you down when their car is done. I have a black car, by the way, guys, a black car. So I walk over there, and as I'm walking over, I'm not somebody that when I get a car wash, I'm there there's some people they start inspecting the whole car, right? Yeah. They're with a fine tooth. I'm just gonna walk up and walk around, just quickly glance, make sure that the car looks good. I walk up and look at it, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, what is this? I was like, no, that's exactly what I told her. I was like, what is this, man? Dude, look at this. Is this a car wash, man? What is this, dude? This thing has marks everywhere. Doesn't look clean at all. I was like, dude, what is it? I was so pissed, right?
Okay.
I was so freaking pissed. I said, get your manager. I've never got this mad in 25 years, man, of getting a car wash. I was so pissed. I said, get your manager. Manager comes over there or starts looking around, and he's like, oh, this is a car wash. What do you expect? They wash the car. I was like, you look at this. Tell me if this is a car wash. And then he's just like, yeah, I mean, this is SEP on the hood. This doesn't come out. You need to get a detail. I'm like, no, just walk around the car, man, and tell me if this is a car wash. I just want you to walk around and you tell me if this is acceptable car wash. The guy didn't even walk around. He's like, well, no, this is fine. What do you want your money back? And I was like, you just tell me if this is acceptable car wash. He's like, well, if you want a better car wash, pay more. Get a better package. You pay $35, get the higher package. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? I came here for a car wash. Wash the car. This car is not washed. I was like, get your supervisor. I was so freaking pissed, Big Ree. Other supervisor comes. I was like, I just want you to walk around this. Just tell me if this is acceptable from your guys' standards, that you guys are a car wash. Is this acceptable? He walked around. I was like, no, it's not acceptable. This is not acceptable. This is really bad. And, we're going to refund your money. And then him and the other guy like started washing it. And I just told him, I'm so freaking pissed that this other dude right here is telling me I should pay more for a car wash. I want a better clean. So my question to you, Big Ree, is what is the purpose of a car wash?
To get it washed.
Meaning like they need to scrub it and clean it.
Because they don't mainly do that. They just drive it through mainly. Then
and then they just wipe it down.
Yeah, well, it's getting. Yeah, I know the whole.
So I was telling Javi, and Javi's like, no, that's why you're paying $35 for a car wash. They're supposed to wash the car. They don't just water it down and then just wipe it down. Like they're supposed to clean the damn car.
Yeah.
And so I was so freaking pissed. They ended up, honestly, the total car wash was a 2 out of 10, and I'm not coming back. Needless to say, I'm never going back to that place. But I was so freaking pissed. This dude said pay more. Dude, I was so upset at this guy, this supervisor dude. And I told his supervisor, I was like, what is this dude doing? But anyhow, I mean, bro, I was so pissed.
Did you leave a 1-star review? That's the big question.
I probably should. I didn't. But, I mean, bro, it was out of control. So, anyhow, it took like 3 months for me to get this car wash. The job is a half-done wash. Looked like complete crap. I was so pissed, but it was better than obviously not washing it in 3 months. Yeah. So I left. And then, to top it off, the wash, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'll deal with it at some point. I probably do need to get a detail, right? I'll get a detail or get a really good wash, pay somebody. Go in a different area where I could probably get a really, almost like close to a detail for like $70-$80 from somebody. And then, so whatever, I'm like, you know what? The car looks better. We're here in LA, boys. 96 degrees, okay? 96 degree weather. At about 11 a.m., I'm driving back from somewhere. And for a 3-minute stretch, it starts raining, Big Ree. It freaking starts raining in 96 degree weather. And this wash just goes down the drain. Today is Tuesday, and I got this washed on Friday, man. Just disappointing. But anyhow, comment below what's the going rate for a solid, just a car wash, not a detail, a car wash in whatever, and tell us what city and state you're in. So I just want to know what number one, I want to know what's the going rate, and number two, I want to know if you expect when you get a car wash that they're like rubbing this thing down and it's looking good. It's not just like, hey, let's wipe it down and there's marks everywhere and it's dirt. I just want to know if that's what I should expect. Anyhow, Big Ree, what about you? I heard you went to some food truck. You were telling me that you went to some place that had like a 2-hour wait. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's called Mia Mia.
Mia Mia, what do they sell? Burgers?
Shawarma wraps?
Shawarma wraps. The shawarma, okay.
Yeah, I guess they're very popular. They got a lot of influencers.
Where are they located?
West LA.
West LA. And so 2 hours, was it worth the wait?
I didn't wait. I just left.
Oh, you dipped.
I left right away.
Right away. So it's not like you waited like 10 minutes and then you bounced. You just said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it look good, though? Did it smell good?
Yes.
Okay. And what, chicken beef shawarmas?
Yeah.
Just what's the cost of this? 20, 22?
It was $12. I was thinking about just paying someone at the front of the line, but I was like, if you're the person behind, they're
people are gonna get pissed. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm too old for that now.
I hear you, Big Ree. Yeah. At some point, that's cool. You just pay for somebody's shawarma and tell them to buy you one. But so $12 not bad though.
Not at all. Yeah.
Is it a pretty good size?
I didn't
see it. You didn't see it. But that's not. But online, obviously, you probably found them on IG or something.
One of my friends said, "Do you want to go?" I said, "Yeah, sure."
Nice. But so you didn't go. So where did you end up going?
I went to some other some other spot called El Watan.
Oh, okay. So that place pretty good.
Yeah,
How was it?
it was good.
I'll be honest. Like I went there. So the last time I went there was good, but then I went there before and I was like, wasn't super impressed. But the shawarma spot. Is there any time we can go to the shawarma spot where it's not going to be crowded?
No, they open at 5:30. The line starts at 4.
Wow. Ooh, must be some really good shawarma, Big Reed. That's all I can say.
Everyone just wants to post it. That's what it's for.
What is this posting nonsense, man? I just love food too much. It's just too much work. I just want to go there and eat and enjoy my meal. Like nothing. I just want to go. Real quickly, Big Reese. I know we're going to move on to the some picks, but real quick, top 3 places that we haven't gone to in a while that you want to hit up.
Big Al's for sure.
Big Al's, we haven't gone to their OC location.
Yeah.
I want to check that one out. That's actually a sit down. Like they actually, you can sit down. They bring the pizza on the metal, the metal tray, and you feel like you're in a little bit of a parlor kind of situation. Yeah. Okay, so I agree with that.
Korean barbecue.
We're long overdue for a Korean barbecue trip for sure.
And then probably Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese food is always good. I was just thinking, we haven't been to Kraft in a minute.
Yeah, we gotta take our guy there who's here from out of town.
Yeah, Kraft is always good. We haven't hit up Kraft. I want to hit up Kraft for a minute. We haven't been there in a while, so a lot of good food. We got to get out again, Big Ree. Football season is here. Nothing like all day football, Saturday, Sunday, and then especially Saturday, winning, cashing in, and then celebrating on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So we got to get back out. Anything else, Big Ree?
No, let's get into the picks, everyone.
let's get into the picks, Big Ree. So without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. All right, game 1. We got Missouri State at Marshall. Marshall is a 10-point favorite, Big Ree. Missouri State 0-1, coming off a 73-13 loss to USC, Big Ree. They lost by 60 points, but this was expected. This is their first FBS game in history. Actual fun fact, second game ever played in California. Last time in 1992 versus Pacific University. They gave up 597 yards to USC, and USC played basically their second and third stringers most of the game. But there's really not much to say. You can't expect much from Missouri. Yeah. This should have been an easy pick for week 1. I hope people cashed in on this. And then we got Marshall 0-1. They're coming off a 10-3 season last year, and then they lost 45-7 in week 1 to Georgia, and just completely overmatched and dominated by Georgia, who I believe with Ohio State are the top 2 teams in the nation, the 2 teams that if you want a future, pick one of those. And but yeah, 45-7, they got dominated. And here's my thought here. First of all, Missouri State is just a really bad team. Obviously, they don't have the talent to compete. And Marshall, obviously, they looked really bad, but that was expected against Georgia. Nobody expected them to win. They were a 39.5-point dog. And I actually said, these guys, I like them to, I like Georgia to win 48-7 or 52-7, and they ended up winning 45-7 and just barely missed that one. But I like Marshall to bounce back here. I think that their QB, Zion Wader, I think he's going to end up getting the start here. He looked pretty good. And I like them to win here. I think they win by probably about 14 to 20 points. And I like them to cover this. And I'm taking Marshall -10. All right, game 2. We got UNLV at UCLA. UCLA is a 2.5-point favorite. UNLV 2-0, coming off a 38-21 win for Sam Houston State. First of all, Sam Houston State is just a really bad team. They're a no-name team, and I want to make this clear. UNLV is not a good team. They're giving up 21 to Sam Houston State, 31 to Idaho State in their first 2 games. They lost their coach Odom. I believe he went to Purdue. They do have a new coach in place from the SEC, but this is not the same 11-3 team from last year. They lost all their QB's gone. I think Williams is gone. Their running back is still there, but their wide receiver Ricky White, who's on the Seahawks now, and so all their offense is gone. I mean, they gave up 332 points to Sam Houston, 555 points to Idaho State at home. They gave up 555 points at home to Idaho State. Then we got UCLA, who's 0-1, coming off a 43-10 loss to Utah. Nico Aleva, the transfer from Tennessee, 11 for 22, 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 13 carries, 47 yards. He looked okay. But obviously rusty, and just kind of a new team there. But my main thing is the defense looked horrible. UCLA's defense looked absolutely horrible. But honestly, Utah is a really good team. They brought a lot of New Mexico transfers to that team along with the coaching staff. And Utah's going to be a good team, boys and girls. Mark my word. They looked really good. And UCLA, obviously, they lost a lot of defensive players to the draft. But this is a different story here, boys and girls. UNLV will struggle on the road versus UCLA. I like them to play well. I like UCLA to pull away in the second half. And I like them to easily cover this 2.5. I like them to win by close to double digits. I'm taking UCLA minus 2.5. All right, game 3. We got number 15 Michigan at number 18 Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 5-point favorite here. Michigan 1-0, coming off a 34-17 win versus New Mexico. Freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood, 21 for 31, 251 and 1 touchdown. Running back Justice Haynes, the transfer from Alabama, 16 carries, 159 yards, 3 touchdowns. Their run defense looked really good. Obviously, Haynes looked really good. And I know you can say, hey, it's 17 points to New Mexico. I'm not too worried about that. They looked really good. And then we got number 18 Oklahoma, 1-0, coming off a 35-3 win versus Illinois State. They outgained Illinois State 495 to 151, but honestly, it's Illinois State. That's just another really bad team, and the fact that they only put up 35 and they only won by 32 is more concerning. This score should have been 60 to 3, 60 to 7. And Washington State transfer John Mateer looked really good. 30 for 37, 392, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. So look, Mateer looked really good, but Illinois State here. And Oklahoma's got no run game at all. They got no run game, and they're going up against a really good run defense, so they're not going to get anything on the ground. Michigan is going to basically, their defense is going to basically limit Mateer, I think. I think he's not going to do well here. I mean, he'll put up some yards, but I don't think he's going to play really well here. And I like Michigan to put up points against this Oklahoma defense. And I like Oklahoma. I just think Oklahoma is going to struggle in the second half when the game clampens up. And this is my lock of the week, boys and girls. I'm taking Michigan +5, lock of the week. If you want to buy it up to 6, it's not a bad thing, but I really like Michigan here. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
All right, so I only got 2 games this week. The first game I got is Baylor versus SMU, an early Saturday game. Baylor coming off a 38-24 loss versus Auburn. SMU coming off a 42-13 win versus East Texas A&M. Baylor's rush defense is awful. Every single touchdown they gave up was a rushing touchdown. This is going to be a shootout. I'm taking the over. You're going to buy it down half a point. It's currently at even odds at 65.5. You'll get it at minus 120 at 64.5. So I'm taking over 64.5. That's the lock of the week. And the second game I got is Oklahoma State at Oregon. Oklahoma State coming off a 27-7 win versus Tennessee Martin. Nothing impressive there. Oregon coming off a 53-19 win. Oregon is the much better team here and at home. Another buy it down 1 point because it's 28.5. So just get it to 27.5. So I'm taking Oregon minus 27.5.
Bam. All right. I like it, Big Ree. I like it. I mean, Oregon, they looked good week 1, and it's going to be a juicy week 2, boys and girls. Hit that subscribe and like button, and comment below, and it's going to be a juicy weekend. Big Ree, anything else you want to throw in?
No, that's it. Good luck, everyone. Peace out.